Light must be seen between the shirt and the hairline. That's what it's all about. The boys at the Mordiallic Chelsea High School know the rules and the consequences if they don't comply with the headmaster's wishes. Are they deliberately defying him?
Have you made efforts to shorten it or get it cut at all?
Yeah, I got it cut yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at it. What is the regulation? I think the master or the headmaster wanted it 1 inch off the collar line, didn't he?
No, just to see daylight between the
He wants to see daylight between the hair.
And you're not allowed to cover your ears.
But what about you? Have you missed any exams? How has it affected you so far regarding your studies at the end of the year?
Well, I haven't missed any exams yet. My exams haven't started yet, but I have...
What tests, I mean?
Yes, well, I have missed a few class tests. But no, this will affect my marks because these tests are in subjects that I haven't got exams for, and it's all tests and no exams that they're counting for the marks at the end of the year. And I have missed out a lot of class revision, and some of the work that they're still doing in class for the exams, I suppose I've missed out on. I've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Let's talk to this lad here. Now, you've got long hair at the moment. This is what all the argument's about. But has your hair been at this length right throughout the year, throughout the school year?
No, much longer than this.
Longer than this?
Yeah.
And there hasn't been any inquiry from the teachers during the year saying you should get a cut?
No, none.
Well, why do you think they've chosen this particular time?
Good question.
Yeah, well,
That's what we're wondering.
it's Mr. Kelly's sort of privilege to say when we get a cut or not. No, other reason than that, I don't know.
Well, now, have you all been orderly? I mean, if you caused any trouble that may have put into his mind, right, I'll teach these lads.
No, not really. We're just sort of average sort of school kids.
At the assembly this morning, the boys and the girls stood together to hear the fate of those already suspended. But Headmaster Kelly had other regulations to announce as well as long hair.
I notice there are some boys who, once again, are not doing what they were asked to do with regard to shirts. I relaxed the rule, and you know it. You have the option of wearing a short-sleeved shirt or a long-sleeved shirt. If you are wearing a long-sleeved shirt, the sleeves are not to be rolled up. Any boy who at the moment has long sleeves rolled up, please roll them down. Now the final one I want to say is no meetings of students are to be held today or on any other day unless a request is first made to me. Very well, thank you. I don't know whether you are aware, but at the moment you are not laughing at me at all, but at the Director of Secondary Education, because these are his instructions.
It does seem to me that some of the boys that are at the school at the moment that haven't been suspended have got longer hair than those that have been suspended.
Well, my son, yes, I have a son in 4th form who is longer than many boys, or at least one boy I saw this morning in this latter group that is still under suspension.
Or is he sort of hiding somewhere and not being seen?
No, he is not. He went along to a teacher, and this teacher, well, 2 teachers, one, I believe, said that it's not what is on the head that counts, it's what's in it.
After the assembly, the suspended students were called to the headmaster's office, after which they spoke to their parents.
Got the pass here to say we can go back into class. And,
Oh, you have a pass?
yeah, we've got
Yes. And are you going to have another inspection tomorrow?
Mr. Kelly said that he was going to get all the other boys whose hair wasn't up to standard and got to get it cut.
Yeah.
Or either take action too against them, the ones who weren't suspended in the first place.
And the ones that were suspended and have been allowed back, they'll be left alone now. They'll be allowed to do their exams.
That's right. And he said that the ones that got suspended for today again would be allowed to come back and do their exams. But if they didn't get their hair cut after the 7th day, or they didn't pass after the 7-day suspension, they'd get permanent suspension.
What if those boys that are on suspension went on today? Some of them, their exams start tomorrow, and how can they do If they're suspended for 7 days.
They're allowed to. They're allowed to come back and do their
Suspended for
exams.
7 days, and if there's any exams during those 7 days, they can come and do them.
Yeah. So we're back in. We just hope that the teachers will teach us.